Hello everyone. In this slide, we will be covering about objects. So the first thing to understand about Salesforce is how data is stored, and that particularly starts with the objects. So think of an object the same way you would think of about a database table. So it's a container that holds a specific type of data, and each row in that table is called a record. So objects can be uh, like database table, and the rows in the table denotes the record, and the fields which are present in the objects denotes the columns. So Salesforce gives you two categories of objects. On the left side we have the standard objects, and on the right there is custom objects. So the standard objects come built in into every Salesforce org. So it is an out of the box functionality of Salesforce. So, like in the slide, account is used to store companies or organization you do business with. Contact object stores individual people typically linked to an account. Opportunity tracks deals in the progress, anything with a potential revenue value. The standard lead object is an unqualified prospect, like someone who has shown their interest but hasn't been converted into contact or account yet. And case is used by support teams to log and manage customer issues. So these all are built-in standard object used in different business functions in business Salesforce applications. And on the right, we have custom objects. So these are objects you build yourself to store the data, which is unique to your business. Maybe you need to track project invoices, training, or vendors. So Salesforce gives you the tools to build those from the scratch. One important thing to remember, uh, and I want to write, I want this to write you down, is that every custom object's API name always ends with a double underscore C. So the project becomes project underscore C. Invoice becomes invoice double underscore C. So this is a very common pattern which you will consistently see in formulas, flows, and code. So it becomes a second nature. So I will move into the Salesforce org to show you how standard and custom objects are available. So in my org, as you can see, to access the objects, I will go from setup. So on the setup page, uh, to check the objects, you need to go to Object Manager. So Object Manager contains the list of all objects, both standard and custom objects. So you can search your standard and custom objects from here as well. So let's say if I want to check account object, I will click on the account object, and the settings related to the account object will be available on the left side of the section, like the details, fields, and relationship, page layout, record pages, button link action, field set, object limits, record types, etc. So in this way, you can see the details for the account object. So the standard object, if you observe, standard object doesn't have any double underscore C in the API name as a suffix. So this is only available for the custom objects. So if I check any custom object, it will be present. So as of now, I don't have any custom object. We will try to create the custom object from Object Manager itself. But before that, I will like to show you this schema builder button. So this is a pretty cool feature by Salesforce. Suppose if you click on the schema builder, it will open a layout which contains the objects, And from this schema builder, you can also create the objects, view the objects, view the relationship of the objects. So this is pretty much like a flow, you can say, in which you can check like which objects are related and how to uh, how the relationship of each object represents in the Salesforce data model. So right now I will go to Object Manager again to create a new object. On Object Manager, I will click on Create button and I will click on Custom Object. There is another option which is like Custom Object from spreadsheet. It's like importing the object from Excel, but I will click on the Custom Object option. On this page, you can see there are details we need to provide before creating the object. So I will uh, provide an object name. So in the slide we saw like project is the custom object. So I will create a new custom object called project. Need to give a plural as well for it. You can enter the description here. Also, you can enter the record name as project name. So you can also mention the data type of the standard field in the your custom object. So uh, so the data type is of two types, text and auto number. It can be either text or an auto number. So we will keep project as is. We'll keep it as project name. So here are some optional features uh, which allows the admins to configure before creating an object. Like it should be allowed in report, it should be allowed in activities, whether it should be allowed for field history tracking. So field history tracking is basically when you create an object, it will allow to check the field history and to keep the audit of the fields in this present object, whether if this object is allowed in charter group license, etc., etc. So this is the next is the deployment status and search status. I will keep it as deployed, and search status I will keep this setting true so that user can search the records in the objects. And there are rest of the other options, which is like adding the notes and attachment related list to default page layout when the object is created, launch new custom tab wizard, which will launch a custom tab creation window for this particular object. For now, I will skip this and click on save. So we can see I have created this object, and you can see the API name of the object is underscore underscore C. And you can see one more field which is called custom, and it is ticked, which means it's a custom object. And you can see the rest of the details related to this custom object on the left hand side of the page. You can check for the fields and relationship. So we had project name field, which is a standard field in the custom in this custom object. So name is a standard field in both custom and standard objects. It is of type text, right? And there are rest of the configurations for this particular object we can do. So this is pretty much about the custom objects.
Thanks for watching Salesforce Unlocked. If you found this helpful, stay tuned for more Salesforce tips and tutorials. See you in the next video.